Single-player games will never die. Here are 15 single-player titles that are coming out this year and beyond, all arranged by release dates. Visit our website at whatsaplay.com to see the complete list. You can also take part in our rankings by leaving reviews of the games that you've played. If you want to become part of our growing community, we have a Patreon page. Check it out with a link in the description box below. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Sadly for PlayStation 4 owners, Sony's Dynamic Duo will also make a return as a PlayStation 5 exclusive. In this latest adventure, we follow Ratchet and Clank go on a time-bending adventure with seamless transitions between one timeline to another.
Oh no, not right now! Whoa! The dimensions are weakening considerably.
This is Sony's flex for their high-powered SSD and console performance. The combat remains the same, but with the addition of new crazy weapons that could even rival the previous game's arsenal. It's aiming for an early 2021 release. Nier Replicant version 1.22. 2B may be out of the picture now, but it's still great to see the Nier series getting some love after Automata's success. The first of Yoko Taro's unique science fiction series, Replicant gets a massive remake that polishes everything from the original, including combat, music, and visuals. Like Automata, Replicant will have a fast-paced hack-and-slash combat. It's still the same weird story old fans are familiar with, and new fans should prepare themselves for some serious narrative surprises that might even break the fourth wall. It's set to release this April 23rd on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Resident Evil Village. Oh boy, Capcom knows exactly what it's doing with this 8th mainline entry of the Resident Evil series. Still rocking the first-person perspective from 7, we return to the shoes of Ethan Winters as he traverses deep into a mysterious village ruled by witches.
Man blood.
But we all know RE is all about the survival horror experience, and they nailed the atmosphere in Village. Players are constantly hunted by these monstrosities, and the choices are to fight or run away. The game looks gorgeous, almost like RE4 remade. And it will continue to add layers to Resident Evil's overarching plot, especially with Chris being a playable character. It's slated for a May 7th release, and it's coming to old-gen and next-gen consoles. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. BioWare's acclaimed science fiction trilogy is getting the remaster it deserves this May 14. Of course, this does not include their black sheep, Andromeda. The Legendary Edition will offer a new yet familiar experience for Mass Effect veterans. The graphical improvements and the gameplay tweaks make everything not as clunky as it was before. All major DLCs from the previous titles will return, except for the multiplayer modes unfortunately, which were great. For first-timers, the scale of its science fiction story and cast of memorable characters are something to look forward to. The multiple storylines and branching narratives live on, and we finally get to see these iconic characters again, minus their controversial angles. Deathloop. From the creators of the Dishonored series comes a time-bending action-adventure with a touch of cinematic style and the combat and stealth they're known to deliver. Deathloop explores the story of two assassins locked in a time loop with two different goals in mind: to break the cycle and to keep it going. The visuals itself are a cause for anticipation, and it will be a treat to immerse in its noirish steampunk environments. From the looks of their trailers, the gameplay is poised to be as fast-paced and dynamic as Arcane Studios' previous hit titles. This timed exclusive for the PlayStation 5 will also be on the PC on launch day in May 21st, 2021. Horizon Forbidden West. With the arrival of a new console generation, the world of Horizon gets a massive upgrade. The PS5 specs allows us a greater degree of immersion, offering exquisite details of an array of new locations. Within this territory will be breathtaking locales, from sand dunes to beaches and valleys. each of them packed with the entry's brand new mechanical creatures to battle. Open world games have always given solo players a haven to explore, and it seems the Forbidden West will be a ripe paradise for years to come. It's set to release in 2021 and playable on both PS5 and PS4. Atomic Heart. Mundfish FPS really drew us in with their stylish announcement trailer from 2 years ago. After waiting and waiting to the sound of radio silence, we've finally gotten a better look at the title, and it sure is a good look. Their latest gameplay videos have really kept with the atmosphere they presented in their teaser, and it now comes with ray tracing technology. Atomic Heart's Soviet Union may still have some of that bureaucratic gray that we're used to seeing, but some of it's almost like a fever dream. Its open world is populated with weird flying machines and eccentric looking enemies. For anyone looking to explore a creepy funhouse version of BioShock on the next gen, this might just take the cake. It's set to release sometime in 2021. Gotham Knights. It seems like the Dark Knight has left a legacy of his own. Knights is a successor of Warner Bros. Montreal's Arkham Origins, but not within the same universe of Rocksteady's Arkham series. It's confusing, but let's not dwell on that. Just like Rocksteady's crowning trilogy of Arkham games, Knights share the same open-world gameplay and combat, but with a few exceptions. This time around, a focus on co-op encourages players to team up with others to take down Gotham's scum.
Dad, you're it.
Playing as Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, or Red Hood feels like a bold undertaking, and we hope we get more gameplay variety between them. Coming this 2021. We asked the What's Up players in our community tab which single-player game they're looking forward to the most, and God of War Ragnarok won by a landslide. The future of the Norse pantheon doesn't look too good now that Kratos and his seemingly harmless son Atreus are slowly getting the answers to their questions. Ragnarok might be the biggest God of War game to date, considering the scale of this mythological battle that shaped the Nordic stories. No one knows how this will turn out, but players are expecting to see epic boss battles that could rival previous entries. Maybe we'll go toe-to-toe with Thor or even Odin himself, who knows? In the meantime, players can enjoy the PS5 upgrade of the original God of War and enjoy Kratos and Atreus' journey in 60 FPS. It's a PlayStation exclusive, and the game will be playable on both PS5 and PS4 this 2021. Tales of Arise. Bandai Namco's latest entry to their long-running series doesn't look much like their previous games. It seems with Arise the franchise is moving westwards, not just geographically, but also visually. This entry hopes to provide an experience that's both familiar and innovative. With this new direction comes a slew of modern improvements on the shortfalls that once plagued the old titles. Unfortunately, this expanded form for the series will need a bit more time in the oven. Instead of its original 2020 release, reports expect it to release later this year. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Far Cry 6. Giancarlo Esposito enters Far Cry's roster of incredible villains in this new installment of the open-world shooter. After his stint in the Breaking Bad universe, now he's lending his voice to Anton Castillo, the dictator in the fictional country of Yara. The premise is promising, allowing players to take on the role of another set of arms. The setting is not only the biggest yet, it's also one of the first urban ones. This will make for an interesting action-adventure steeped in political intrigue and a whole lot of guerrilla tactics. It's coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Series X, and PS5 sometime this 2021. Hogwarts Legacy. The future of the wizarding world is somewhat rocky, considering the amount of controversy such as J.K. Rowling's questionable tweets and Johnny Depp's unfortunate resignation as Grindelwald. The only potentially good Harry Potter content coming out soon is this RPG. One would say it fulfilled the wishes of many, to be able to play a Harry Potter game where we can make our own character and cast spells on our own. Legacy has tons to offer for both casual and hardcore fans of the series. It still has a long way to go since the game is still in its development stage. It's slated for a 2022 release date. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. The scale of Rocksteady's Arkham series gave birth to a simple yet complex gameplay mechanic about counters and counterattacks with just a simple press of a button. Aside from providing a new perspective to the Caped Crusader, they also gave us a power fantasy on how it feels to become the Dark Knight himself. In their upcoming title, we're stepping into the shoes of these untamable anti-heroes. Nobody knows for sure how the game works, but if we're given a choice of multiple playable characters with different story paths, then that's ambitious. All we know is that Superman is evil, everyone is insane, and Killer Shark looks cute. Final Fantasy XVI. The beloved JRPG series from Square continues to improve. We now have Final Fantasy XIV's latest expansion, Endwalker, coming up soon. 16, obviously developed by someone behind 14, is a huge change in direction for the series. Its focus on character action combat feels energetic and reminiscent of popular action games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. The story is getting a major change as well. We're giving up futuristic cityscapes and science fiction bullshit for a more medieval and dark fantasy setting. There's no actual release date yet. Elden Ring. You can tell how everyone is growing impatient about this game's release date when an entire YouTube channel is dedicated to giving daily Elden Ring updates. These video updates are short, and surprisingly they could get around 5 to 10,000 views per upload. The internet is a crazy place.
This is Mordecai, host of the updates, bringing you your daily Elden Ring update. There is no news about Elden Ring today.
Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin's project is still a mystery. It's hailed by many as the most anticipated video game for the coming years. Knowing From Software's development schedule, it's gonna take a long time before we get some official news. Hopefully, we'll get some sort of update this year. Please. Before we end our video, we thank these What's Up players for supporting our channel through Patreon. For just $1, you can have your name plastered on our video and get exclusive What's Up Player rewards. Become a certified What's Up Player and visit our Patreon page, link below.